Welcome to another edition of The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie. It's everything about the outdoors. Take it away, guys.
Good morning. Happy Monday to everybody.
Happy Monday.
How y'all doing this morning?
Whew, I'm glad it's Monday where I can get me some rest.
Yeah, the Good Outdoors radio show is on the air again. Man, I'm happy to be here. I had a great weekend. I don't know about you guys. But
man, it was a good weekend. No doubt about it. Good weather, good fun, good fellowship out at Southwind.
Southwind.
Yeah, I always mess that up. I had a carpet mill when I was in the carpet business that tongue-ties me there. And I sold a lot of carpet from them. But anyway, Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail, John Peake's place out there. We all met up out there and converged on some Thunder chickens. And, boy, they were in some deep trouble when we got out there.
Yes, sir. Now, we had a good time. I can't remember the last time I had such a good time in the Good Outdoors.
Yeah,
man. The camaraderie of everybody out there, the jokes and the fun.
Yeah, a lot of the jokes we can't share with y'all this morning, but it was a good time, man. Watching the dogs work and meeting new faces. Will, our guide, he put us right on them every time. He knew how to get us out there and get us in the right position, staying safe.
No, wait a minute. The dogs put us on them. Will just followed the dogs. We just followed Will.
Well, he's got to know how to follow the dogs.
Somebody's working them dogs.
I'm just kidding. Will done a great job.
Yeah, he did.
Ooh, boy, them dogs working were a sight to see.
Yes, sir. It was a good time there. I think we shot our fair share of them, that's for sure. I know I went home with a bag full of. I got home and opened them things up, and I said I was gonna fry some up. And then I looked at how many I had, and I said, "No, I'm gonna put these things in here and think about this for a day, because I'm gonna get one shot on this." So I pulled up my recipe last night, and I've decided I'm gonna smother them in some gravy and make some rice. And oh my Lord, have mercy!
I ain't gonna lie, I was too tired when I got done. I put mine straight into the freezer. I'll cook them later this week. Oh boy, I tell you, I'm tired this morning. I was sore from walking up and down them little bitty hills, but
it's good for you though.
Oh yeah, it had to be good for me because I need the exercise.
The Good Outdoors is not for the faint of heart. you got to be a man to be out there.
Can you imagine Chad and Cameron this morning? They went on every single, every turn we did.
I imagine their legs and their shoulders a little sore.
Ooh boy!
I tell you what, though, I was one of the biggest joys I get going out in the outdoors and getting around other people is when you're around someone that has never done it and has done it for the first time. And Cameron, that was the first time he'd ever done anything like that, and you could tell he is addicted to it. He loved it. That's why he went out every time.
I'll be very surprised if he didn't kill more birds than everybody else did.
Well, he ought to.
Yeah.
He went out every time. Stands a reason. He shot more. He went out more. Yeah.
But the award for the killing the most pine trees.
Oh, Chad.
He got the most bark.
Yeah. He didn't just graze them neither. He could dead center them babies.
In the baseball kill.
When the wadden hits the tree dead center, that's pretty good.
You dead on.
Yeah, the shot of the day, though, like Daryl Samples says, the shot of the day went to
Mr.
Bill Slaughter, who actually didn't even shoot. Quail hopped up, they flushed him, it hopped up, and it come towards him, and in self-defense, he slammed it with the butt of his shotgun and broke his neck. One of the finest shots I've ever seen. And
he said it was the second time in his life he's actually done that.
I tell you
what. I said he didn't need a gun. Just send him with a hockey stick. That's all he needs.
Ninja Bill.
I could have literally caught one with my hat if when I went out that time. I could have caught one with my hat.
If it hadn't been so severely stuck on your swole up head.
Yeah.
Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Ronnie. Jealousy abounds this morning.
Oh man!
You can call it what you want to, whatever makes you comfortable.
Just because I went out and shot from the hip to make it fair.
I tell you what, it was a large time though. Great place to go, man. Anybody wanting to go quail hunting, contact John Peake out there. These beautiful dogs, man. I loved watching them dogs work and back each other up. They'd come around a bush or something and see one pointed, and the other one would freeze and lock up, supporting him. Just support this fellow dog.
We know what that's like, don't we?
We were talking about the jokes, and I will have to say that the absolute, bar none, to me, funniest thing that was said all day yesterday, we can say on the air, I think. There were no bad words in it, but Daryl actually commented on Daryl Sample Jr. here that it was something to the point where one of the dogs was worried and he wouldn't get near Daryl because he'd look at him and he'd see Daryl Sample Jr.'s beard here and he'd say, "Oh my God, that's all that's left of the last dog that sat beside him."
His tail
and
hanging out
his
his
tail
mouth.
hanging out of his mouth. He would go.
Thank you, Ronnie, for the punchline on that one.
Anytime I can help.
Yeah, a little earlier.
That was absolutely hilarious right there.
Whew. Got some shoulders, some sore legs, and some sore ribs from yesterday. It was a great time.
Yeah,
I
it
enjoyed
was.
it. Had a ball.
Man, it was something else. You notice though, we kind of just went around in circles there. We hunted right in the same area. I mean, it's split different blocks, of course, but it was right there in the same area. They know what they're doing. They got the birds there. They know what they're doing out there.
Yeah, there was a tremendous amount of birds. I've been on several plantations hunting quail, and I will say this: there were a lot of birds out there that weren't put out, that were already out there, and it created a lot of hunting instead of just going to a marked spot and finding them and hunting them that way, which is fine. That's usually the way you do it. But we actually stumbled upon a lot of other birds, whether they were wild or left out or whatever. But man, that was a good time. A lot of action, a lot of shooting. There was a lot of activity out there at Southwind yesterday. A lot of people were on the rifle and pistol range.
Sounded like World War III out there.
Oh
didn't
man, it sure did. And I tell you, it was fun. It made me want to not leave. I could have stayed there a little longer.
And yeah, Tim Keller had an event yesterday with Women in Outdoors, I believe.
He did. He sure did. He had a lot of folks show up for that, and there's just not a lot. We said it yesterday. There's not a lot of better things you can do in the good outdoors when you're in between seasons and waiting on turkey season. That you probably not quite got geared up for fishing yet. You maybe just start tickling into it, but you can fill that gap. Like Daryl Sample Jr. said, in 2 weeks he's going to be watching NASCAR. But if you're an outdoorsman or a sports fan or whatever, there's always a gap there where there's not a lot going on. NCAA basketball's just started up, but unless you're a hardcore fan, you're just not quite into it yet. March Madness is not here, so you got that gap, and what a better way to fill it. Man, Southwind, I'm telling you.
You talking about Daryl Sample watching NASCAR. He may not be. He may be quail hunting.
He may be. He
got him a good taste of it yesterday, too.
He did. He shot his first quail yesterday, and he had a good time, went out there and capped off some rounds and was getting into it. We like to introduce new people in the good outdoors.
If you want to see something beautifully hideous, watch Daryl Sample shoot a quail and watch that smile on his face.
Yeah. Now he went home with a bag full. We divvied him up, and he went home with a bag full. I'm sure he's got plans to cook.
How you gonna cook yours?
Not sure yet.
He might just eat them raw.
Eating it, so gotta learn.
Yeah.
Hey, fry them like chicken, man.
That's exactly right. That's one of the ways you can do it. That's most commonly the way I've done it. But grill them, chicken and rice like you do chicken and rice. Make quail and rice, and I mean you pretty much do it any way you can do chicken. You can do a quail. So get on the internet, just
what is that?
Google quail recipes. That's a crocodile. I seen it.
Is that what that is?
That's the largest crocodile, the Guinness Book of World Records, largest crocodile that was in captivity, 20 feet long, and he died. They caught him like a year and a half ago.
That's a
over
big
in the
boy.
Philippines. He was over there. He was a big draw for this village, and people were just crying because he's done killed several of the villagers over the years. Now they're crying because he's gone.
Hey, you got to break a few eggs and make an omelet.
But he died.
No different than a king that sacrifices. Back in the old days, sacrificed some of the citizens for the gods. They still worship him.
That's right.
We got some bad weather headed our way. I was just glancing up there. Daryl Sample pointed the thing. Oh yeah, it's coming. You wait.
We
Hold
ain't
on.
gonna get it today.
Not today, no, but it's covered. It'll be here tomorrow. It'll be here with a vengeance. So, hope everybody's safe. I talked to some friends just north of us last night that had tornadoes headed their way and things.
Bad tornado out in Mississippi yesterday.
Yeah, bad one in Mississippi. So it's going to be a little bit rough. But
Batten down the hatches, folks.
We're going to pull through it. I can feel it already.
We sure need the rain, though, man. I was at the hunting club yesterday and got me a spot fixed up. I need some rain on it right now where I can get there and hair it up. Make it look prettier. It's going to be nice. Man, it's going to be nice.
It sounds like it's. He talked about it 90% yesterday.
Yeah, man, it's worth talking about. Hey, we got a great show lined up for this Wednesday. We're going to have a guest come in and play a little trivia about turkey hunting. So y'all stay tuned for that. That's going to be a fun time.
Who's coming, or is it a secret we're going to have?
Al Dodds.
Al Dodds.
Yeah. He's going to come, and
Big Al.
He's got some questions lined up for us. We're going to give away some of the one sauce and maybe a T-shirt or two here and there.
Hey, if he's giving away one sauce, can I answer some of the questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to have to answer some of them. Then we're going to let the listeners chime in and see if they want to answer or ask any questions.
Oh, we're going to let them participate, too.
Well, they're going to participate.
Okay.
And they're going to get shocked if they're wrong, just like we are.
And all they got to do, Wednesday, is call 229-253-0995.
That's correct.
You can call it today.
I don't know if it's just
can't
me.
win nothing today, but you can call it today.
I don't know if it's just me, but it's hot as a match in here this morning.
It's just you, baby.
You
It
think
is
after
kinda warm.
46 years of hotness I'd get used to it, but I never do. I never do.
It
Well,
is
you're
kinda
what now?
warm. It's always warm in here.
46 now. It's about time for those hot flashes.
Yeah, I'm having them now, I think. It's blistering up in
Well, I'm
here.
going to tell you what, I'm having some after all that sun I got Saturday fishing with Bulldog
tell
Sea
us
Hall.
about that. Tell us
I'm going
about
to tell you what now. As far as the fishing trip goes, I've never had a better time in my life.
Good.
That's your second trip?
We caught fish. We caught some good fish. The weather was beautiful, a little breezy, but it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the best company I've ever been around. He's a heck of a guy. He really
Is
is.
he?
Yeah, heck of a guy.
That seems like
I had a
a pretty
great
good
time.
What was the biggest fish you caught?
The biggest fish I caught wasn't as big as the biggest fish he caught.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we started to get out in the boat, we said, "Well, let's have a little wager here. Let's have a bet on the first fish, a bet on the most fish, and a bet on the big fish." Well, I won the first part, the first fish, and I had the most fish for most of the day. And he come back and caught me, but he body slammed me on the big fish.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He caught two bigger than the biggest one I caught.
So what was the biggest one? You didn't say.
Probably 3.5, 4 pounds. But some of the fat little pretty fish.
Who got the smallest fish of the day?
I have to go to me.
I saw that picture.
I went to set the hook and he hit me in the face.
I saw that picture. He sent me that picture. The smallest one, and then sent me a good one that you called after that.
Yeah.
I said, dang it, one end of the spectrum to the other, man. That was pretty good.
But
Hey,
on
look,
my bad, it had to be a certain size. So
we got to take our first break this morning. We'll come back and talk some more stuff in the good outdoors. Thanks for listening, everybody.
We're running out of time. We're drawing the line. This is our battle cry.
Huntin' is Good TV is an action-packed hunting show with a mission to secure our hunting heritage. Join Steve Nichols, Trey Weatherington, and Neil Armati each week as they hunt across the U.S. and Canada with pro athletes, actors, wounded warriors, kids, and regular old Joes who know hunting is good. Huntin' is Good TV airs on Pursuit Channel and is available on Dish Network Channel 240 and DirecTV Channel 604. For more info, visit huntingisgoodtv.com and follow on Facebook at facebook.com/HIG TV show. You can also use your high-speed internet connection to watch online by logging on to filmon.com at the airtimes posted on our website. And remember, hunting is good.
This is our battle cry.
There's a natural order to football tailgating. You can't invite your friends until you ignite the football rivalries. That's why football tailgating starts with an ice-cold Bud Light Lime. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. So go ahead and party it up right after you raise it up. Only the seasons change. Tastes don't. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the Lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri. The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't, and when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the Lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Triangle Discount Corner is a true discount and convenience store. Located at the intersection of River Street and St. Augustine Road, it's very easy to zip in and zip right back out. Triangle Discount Corner is all about convenience and discounts. Ice-cold beverages, coffee, snacks, last-minute needs, or filling up that gas tank in a flash is what we're all about. Wheel into Triangle Discount Corner today and tell them you listen to the Good Outdoors on Kicks Country 99.5 and get you a nice hot cup of coffee for a quarter. But you got to get there before 9 a.m. That's Triangle Discount Corner at the corner of River Street and St. Augustine and Valdosta. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors radio show here in beautiful Valdosta, Georgia on 99.5 Kicks Country. Ain't that right?
That's right.
That's exactly right, brother. Exactly.
What's the phone number?
Phone number is 229-253-0995. I drew a blank there for almost a second.
Hung up there a second.
I did. We want to talk a little bit about saltwater fishing on the flats this morning. I know a lot of people, man. A lot of people from Valdosta and Lowndes County area, all over in this area, Nashville, Tifton, they all go down to the Gulf and fish the flats.
Yes, it's a short drive from here. Short drive.
Big draw down there. You got the Sea Hag Marina, you got in Steinhatchee, you got all kind of other places in Keaton Beach. Awesome places to go. I mean, and just awesome fishing. I've been several times over the years. There's so many places. There's Cedar Key, Crystal River, Hermosa, Keaton, Steinhatchee, Swanee,
Dinkel.
Yeah, all kind of them, man. There's places to go. And when you talk to somebody, when you talk to a person that fishes in the flats, they have their one favorite place to go.
Yeah, they do.
And when you talk about the other, man, I don't want to go out there. There's too many rocks there. We ain't good fishing there. Man, I mean, really? I mean, they're dedicated to where they go. Most people are. But I've been out of Steinhatchee. I've been out of Keaton, and not driving the boat, but just as a passenger and fishing. So I don't know which one's best, but I caught fish on both.
Yeah, I've been out of Spring Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you right now, I'll be given the choice between driving the boat and fishing. I'm taking fishing.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
Ain't no doubt
Definitely.
about that.
All kind of species of fish too to catch, man. I mean, speckled trout. That's the biggest. Probably the one biggest draw down there, wouldn't you think? The speckled trout fishing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of sand trout caught down there too.
Yeah, sand trout, reds.
I love the redfish. I
grouper.
love it.
Got grouper fishing.
Yep.
Amberjack. The pink mouth grunts. People say those are really good to eat. I've never ate any of them, but
I haven't either.
I don't
know that I know of.
And I mean, of course, mullet, mackerel, kingfish. I mean, all kind of. And when you get on down into Florida, on down around the Tampa area, you get into the tarpon fishing. And that's a big draw down there with the sharks down there. Big tarpon and shark fishing.
Yeah, you can go out of Steinhatchee and Keaton and everyone going out there a little farther, catch some grouper.
Yeah, you can.
Snapper.
I love the grouper. But man, I tell you, there's a lot of places to go around here local, within 2.5 hours to get on the flats and go fishing, and people take advantage of it so much. Now, Billy Pearson, he goes a lot.
Yeah.
He gets out there. Like, got a friend of mine, Donnie Langford. He goes out.
Robert McGinn.
Robert goes. Donnie went 2 weekends, not yesterday, but weekend before that, and caught a bunch of sand trout. They caught a bunch of them, and I don't think there's a limit on them. Is what he told me. I don't believe there is.
I don't think there is either. Somebody can probably call in and educate us a little better on that. Robert or Bill or somebody. Holler at us. Let us know.
He takes his granddaughter with him. So, there's what I was getting to is it's a great place to carry a kid fishing. Get them out there out on the ocean. I mean, what kid don't want to go to the ocean?
Yeah,
right?
really.
I mean, when they're young, they want to get out there. But you go out there, this time of year, they say the speckled trout, so they have about a 2.5 pound average for the trout, which is pretty good. And this is out of Steinhatchee area, right? The one report I was reading up on. And the mild weather has allowed the water temps to stay mostly in the 60s. And they're catching them up in the river. They have large speckled trout, smaller, medium size, and unseasonably warm weather will bring the reds out into the same flats and get some redfish. But I know the limit on them is pretty strict, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty tight. Yeah. You can catch you a mess of black bass. I like them too.
Yeah, I forgot about them. We caught several of them when we were out last time.
I remember my last fishing trip down there to the flats. I think we were at Horseshoe Beach. I can't remember. But we were red fishing, and we were catching a few reds. But we kept every now and then this school of these big old fish would come and you'd see their tails out of the water, and they were feeding on the bottom. They were black drum, I think is what they were called.
Yeah.
But the guy I was with, I'm not going to call no names here, but he said, I said, man, check them big old fish out. I can see them big tails. I said, I bet to catch me one. So I had a shrimp and a cork on there, and I threw it over there, and he goes, man, you're not going to catch them. They're not going to bite that. You're wasting your time. And about the time he got that out of his mouth, one of them big chokers nailed it. And I fought him for, a good while and got him in, and he was like 20 pounds. It was a big old fish. And he was mad the rest of the day because he said, for years he'd try to get them to bite on that particular, rig or whatever. And he said he's never been able. And the first time I was there, one latched it. I called him. So
you tell him you had to spit on the shrimp.
I told him he wasn't holding his mouth right.
Yeah,
that's what the problem was. Of course, that was just dumb luck. I don't know why. It just happened to fall in his mouth, I guess. But of course, I tried it many more times that day when we'd see him surface. It didn't work. It was quite the accident, but of course, I bragged about it all day.
Yeah, they talk about, this particular one here is back in January from Cedar Key Marina. The sea bass and Florida snapper, which is the white grunt, they're biting in 28 to 35 feet of water, as well as some nice gag grouper. So, hey, that's that's some good eatings and grouper fish.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Like me some grilled grouper.
Oh, man, I like it blackened.
I like it blackened too.
Man,
I like it any way you cook it.
Yeah. Speckled trout, redfish, and sheephead back in January. I've never caught a sheephead. Have you?
No.
Caught a sheephead?
I've been in the boat when one was caught, but I have not caught
I've caught more sheephead than any species of fish in the ocean because I lived at St. Simon's.
Yeah.
And you could, when they were schooling or running or whatever, you could go down around the bridges right off the bank in them rivers and catch them. And we call them convicts. That's what the nickname, because they're striped. They look like they're wearing prison uniforms. But I've caught a bluegillion of them, really, and some nice ones too. I don't know how much they weigh. For some reason, they don't really go by weight too much in the ocean. They go by inches.
Yeah.
I guess because the limit is based on the inches and all on some fish. But I caught one. He had to be probably 8 or 10 pounds. It seemed like. And fight, you catch them on relatively light tackle, and of course that's what I like about the ocean. Sometimes you'll get a bite and you don't know what it's going to be.
Well, you never know what it's going to be until you see it. Yeah.
And then there's them times when one comes by and takes it and just zzz, and then you're through. You got to re-spool, man. You're like, what was that? You'll never know.
It might have been a whale,
cobia, shark. You don't know what it was.
Tell you one thing they do have. I looked at a picture of one here. They got some teeth in their head.
Yeah,
everything in the ocean.
They got like teeth. A human smile.
Yeah, everything in the ocean can pretty much eat you. That's why you want to stay in the boat.
Yeah.
They said it's a large sheephead is a large porgy. It reaches a maximum weight of about 20 pounds.
Porgy.
Man, 20 pounds?
20 pounds.
Short, stubby little fish like that.
Yeah, they're thick and strong. They're kind of like a bluegill on steroids. The
warmouth.
Warmouth. Yeah, something like that. But they're pretty cool. And I don't remember us eating any. I mean, I'm sure we did, but I don't remember ever eating one. I know I probably did. It's just during some of the times that we caught them, I wasn't in a situation where I could remember what.
Once they all come out the fry basket, they pretty much look the same, don't they?
Yeah, you're right.
It's hard to distinguish the species at that point.
But one thing I never caught when I lived over there was a shark, and it wasn't from a lack of effort. We'd sit there at the bridge, and this 13-year-old boy had caught like an 8-footer, and been in the paper, and I said, man, I need to go do that, because you can do it right there off the pier and stuff. And they would they'd get at that pier, and this is how they caught them. They'd put their big old chunk of bait on the big old hook and line, and a guy would get in a boat
and paddle it out.
And he would run out there and with a motor, actually run out there, drop the bait. I'm talking way out there, and then come back and sit there. But I didn't have nobody to run it out in the boat, so I'd get back about 20 feet and get a running start and fling it out there as far as I could, but I never did anything there.
I caught about a 6-foot nurse shark one time down at St. George Island, and my father-in-law at that time, he had a kayak, and he'd paddle the mullet out there.
Really?
Double hook the mullet, and he'd paddle it just about out of sight out there.
Yeah, way out there.
And drop it. We caught that thing. It took me a good 45 minutes, and my arms were noodles, but we finally got him up there.
Yeah, that's some strong fish.
The Georgia State record shark was caught over there. Last I heard was on the pier on Jekyll Island.
It was, and it was by a young guy too. I don't remember how old he was, but he was a young kid, 13 or 14 years old or whatever. But
and I don't know if you catch dolphin fish down there or not.
You can.
In the Gulf.
You can. I've caught most of the mahi. I've caught them down around Destin. You run out from Destin there.
We caught a lot on the other side out there in Atlantic, but
well, that's what I was going to say. Last time I was at Myrtle Beach, and they were down there when some of the boats were coming in. You was watching them take these dolphin off and clean them, and even they had some big ones too.
Yeah,
it's a big.
That fish likes to jump when you hook them. Boy, they like to get big air.
Yeah. And they look like they've run into something at some point, don't they?
They got us. Yeah, that's exactly what, running to the side of a boat or something.
Look like a pug.
With a bulldog fish.
Oh man, there's so many fish out in the doggone ocean. I mean, there's species out there that we reeled up some last time I went. I didn't have no idea what they were.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I've caught a bunch of fish out there and I didn't know what to pull them out. What the heck is that? I don't want to throw it back. Might be illegal,
And your mackerels, your king and your Spanish. I love catching those things. I've never really acquired a taste for those two fish though.
I hadn't ate a lot of ocean fish in my life. Speckled trout, grouper.
A snook is a very good fish. Ever had a snook?
Yeah.
Man, I tell you that we were down there doing some filming at somewhere down. I can't remember exactly where we were, down in Tampa maybe, but there was a snook at the marina that would he would back up under the dock, and a school of bait fish would come by and you'd see him dart out into them, and that joker was big. They said he was abnormally large for a snook, and but there was no fishing allowed right there, so nobody could try to catch him. But I guarantee if you dropped a bait down in front of him, he'd have bit it. But there was a hefty fine if you got caught fishing in that marina. So needless to say, I didn't try that.
Hey, anybody out there knows more about flats fishing than us?
And that wouldn't take a lot.
That'd be about everybody.
About an 8 or 9 year old kid would know more than me. Yeah. Y'all give us a call after the break here at 229-253-0995. Tell us about where you go to fish you catch and what's your favorite one to eat. That's what I want to know. What's the best fish out there in the ocean that you guys like to eat that you catch?
That's a tough question there. That's get a lot of different responses on that, I imagine.
And don't bring no buttermilk into it.
You gotta have buttermilk.
Yeah, do you fry your fish in buttermilk that you catch in the ocean?
If you don't, you're missing out.
I bet you don't fry them in it. You might suck them in it first.
We'll be back in just about 3 minutes, guys. Thanks for listening.
Everyone knows that Eagle Auto Repair in Lake Park, Georgia is the best place to get your vehicle back in shape and keep it there. But did you know they're also a certified U-Haul provider? That's right. If you are moving somewhere or pulling a car or truck and need help, Eagle Auto Repair can hook you up. No matter if it's local or long distance, we've got you covered. Might as well leave your car for service while you move. That's multitasking. Eagle Auto Repair, 321 Lakes Boulevard in beautiful Lake Park, Georgia. Stop by or give Ronnie a call at 229-559-1999.
Here we go again. Every time there's a food plot to be planted, Daryl's nowhere to be found. You see him, Ronnie?
He's probably in the truck eating a dang sandwich.
I'm sitting right here by this tree and they don't even see me.
Man, that Realtree AP was designed to blend hunters with their surroundings, not hide them when it's time to work.
I'm so hidden the scooters can't even find me.
Okay, Daryl, come on. We got to get this stuff planted.
What's that?
Hey, stop it. Realtree. It's so real, a coyote might pee on it.
Serves you right, you slacker.
You did it. You bagged that trophy of a lifetime. So who you going to trust to recreate that memory? Jody Hewitt at Artistic Wildlife is the man to call. With years of experience and an attention to detail that is unmatched, Artistic Wildlife is the taxidermist for deer, turkey, ducks, fish, and even a dadgum godforsaken rattlesnake, if you're one of those crazy folks. Details on Jody's brand new Artistic Wildlife studio in Adel, Georgia will be coming soon. Give Jody a call at 229-560-3062 or visit his website at artistic-wildlife.com.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment, and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. I'll tell you what, last night I was getting all tuned up and ready to watch, find a Bigfoot. They were on an Indian reservation out there in South Dakota, and my wife was in there watching something called the Whammies or something. I don't know what was going on in there, but some music award show I ain't never heard of, but did y'all? Anybody heard of that? The Whammy, or was it going the Crammies or Slammies? Anyway, they were something like that. I don't know. Anyway, somebody was in there rocking out or whatever. I don't know what it was. I think it was I don't know if it was a movie award show or a music award show. But anyway, that was some big deal. I seen something about it on Facebook this morning, but I was getting ready to get my Bigfoot mood, and I saw something on there that I've known all my life, and I know y'all have too, but for some reason they were showing video angles of it that made me really want to go see it, and that's Mount Rushmore, where the presidents are 4 presidents are carved in the side of the mountain. That is some cool looking stuff right there now. I'm telling you, whoever did that, they had it going on.
Yeah, it did.
They had it going on.
I figured you was going to say there was a Bigfoot hidden in one of the pictures and you had to find him or something.
Oh no! There, if y'all idiots ain't watched it for sure, but if you watched it last night, there was very credible.
Wow, really?
Very credible evidence from the chief of police of the town, who watched a Bigfoot on a thermal imaging. What happened is in the little town there, it looked like a town probably, I don't know, maybe it was probably smaller than Hayhira, but the residents started. One particular night started calling in with a large hairy man peeping in the windows. So they got the patrol out there, and he started going to house looking in the windows, and they started getting a lot of reports. And then so they put more units out there, and 2 different patrol units saw the big hairy creature crossed the road in front of them, so they called the chief and got him out of bed. It was early in the morning or late at night, depending on what you want. So they got the chief out there, and he brought the thermal imager out there so they could try to find him. And got out there, started scanning, and in the last place where they saw him cross, and lo and behold, they got him clearly on the thermal imager. And there's absolutely, of course, there's absolutely no doubt that it's a Bigfoot, but people won't accept that it was, of course, a bunch of idiots. Unless somebody, what it's going to take is somebody to actually kill the poor thing to show it to them, and that's just a travesty in my book. But anyway, clear-cut evidence once again that there is a Bigfoot, and yet y'all going to say no, there's not, but that's okay. Is anybody else going to talk this morning?
Not about that. that whole scenario that was unwinding right there reminds me a lot of that Joe Diffie song, Cause and Effect, Chain of Events.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you think about that song, it's true too.
With aliens, yeah.
No, that song ain't nothing about aliens. Yes, there you go. No, it's not. Welcome to Earth, Third Rock
they
from the Sun.
They said a giant alien had landed at the mall.
No. Who walks in the Smokies one foot at a time? Like
I'm sorry, folks. I didn't mean to fire that off.
Lord help us. Yeah, act like I don't know no Joe Diffie. I know my Joe Diffie.
Man. Anyway.
Grammys. It's called the Grammys. I should have known. I just seen it called the Grammys.
Thinking the Grammys.
Yeah.
What happened on the Grammys? Who did what?
Who cares?
Who won?
I don't even know half of these people.
Thank God we got a caller.
Somebody named Rihanna won something.
Hit it,
Jack White.
Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors this morning?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Y'all talking about catching all kind of crazy stuff in the flat.
Uh-huh.
We was out fishing in the flat, so we fished pretty good trout. Something hit my line, and I had one of them old 808 Defcos.
Oh, yeah.
25-pound fish line up. That thing went to zipping and didn't go too far, and it snapped it. I wonder what that was. About that time, that thing, what they call them things with the big old tail stuck out behind with a stick to you, kill that man. What is it?
Stingrays.
Yeah, stingray.
Stingray. That thing come up out of the damn water, and he would have covered. If he'd have come over 6 foot the other way, he'd have covered my boat.
Good night.
That thing was 6 foot across. I never seen nothing like that in
Golly.
It's like that scared me to death. You come back catching anything.
That's cool.
You ain't lying. I don't know if it was cool or not, but it was scary.
Yeah, that's cool. He jumped up and the sky turned black when he blocked the
I
sun.
ain't
Man.
lying. If he'd been over, it completely covered the boat.
Golly, that's all right there now. Glad you survived it. Appreciate you calling.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. There are a lot of them caught, too.
Yeah,
a whole lot of them. You know, Deidre and them, Bo and Deidre down there, they catch them all the time. They put pictures up when they're out there fishing and catching them. And they said that's a heck of a fight when you get one of them on. Can you imagine that, swimming through the water? They got to be able to move good. Glide gracefully through the water.
Yeah, try to pick one up off the bottom after he lays down there.
Yeah, I can imagine. Suction right up in there. Yes, sir.
One good thing on the, I think here, from looking at the Grammy report, Carrie Underwear, I don't think she won anything, which is fine by me. She is an anti-hunting, and I just wish she'd shut her mouth and quit singing, period. Don't want to hear no squeaky sounds coming out of her mouth at all. So
I don't think she won that neither. I don't know. I didn't watch none of it. Michelle was watching a little bit of it, but I don't care nothing about it.
I saw some of this Rihanna girl. She was singing. She sounded good. I liked her voice.
Rihanna.
What says it right there? Rihanna.
Well, I take that, but I did see Taylor Swift singing at one point in time.
You didn't see much.
Yeah, well, she's singing. There was something on there this morning I saw where she broke out in a different accent.
Who?
Making Taylor Swift. Talking about her ex-boyfriend. I don't know what that was.
That's all she sings about.
I don't know. Well, she's made millions of dollars doing it, so what the heck is wrong with it?
Well, all the problems she seems to be having in relationships, maybe she needs to back up and realize she is the problem.
I have to admit that she got some of my money. We took the kids to one of her concerts. She was just getting popular over in Savannah, and we took them, and I just sat there and listened to it, and I just wanted to stab myself the whole time. But the kids seemed to enjoy it, so that made it worthwhile.
But look at the money she's made. I mean, she's popular.
I don't know how much money she's made.
Millions.
I don't know how much she's made. She's collected a lot.
And millions and millions. And did I say millions? That's how many she's made. Many millions. She's doing something right because somebody likes her out there. Phone lines are open, 229-253-0995. Y'all give us a call. Tell us what you called out there on the Gulf or anything you want to talk about. But
don't call talk about Taylor Swift, though, please.
You call talk about
or
anything. Or
Carrie Underwear. I don't like neither one of them. Or Jay-Z. This cat named Jay-Z, he was on there, and I don't know why anybody buy one of his records.
Does he sing?
He was rapping or singing or something with Justin Timberlake.
Oh, good grief. Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. He needs to stick to making shoes. He did them Timberlake shoes. I used to buy a lot. I like them shoes. They wear good.
I think that's Timberland, ain't it?
Well, yeah, who cares?
Oh, man.
Miranda Lambert won something or something, maybe.
No, she was singing. Supposedly, she was supposed to be singing with somebody up there last night. I don't forgot. What is it? Who's she on tour with?
Dierks Bentley.
Dierks Bentley. Yeah, I think she was going to sing with him one time.
What's up with that S on Dierks? Why don't you just drop that? I don't know.
It'd be like Dirk Harrell then.
Yeah, Dirk Bentley would sound better than Dierks. It's like there's two of them.
Dirk.
Well,
Dierks.
He spells it a little bit different. Dierks. So, you know.
Yeah, I bet that ain't his real name.
How many of them changed their name? That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
A bunch of them changed their name. I should change my name.
What would you change it to?
I don't know, Larry or something like that, maybe.
I'm going to change mine to Robin Banks.
No. Let's just start putting an S. Let's just put an S on her name. Daryl's, Ronnie's, and Steve's.
There you
go. Steve's.
Drop our last name.
Just go with one name.
What about redfish? Have you ever caught any redfish on the flats?
Oh, yes.
Man.
Catch them redfish on a spoon.
On a spoon?
Oh, yeah. You flip that spoon up there on that oyster bar. About time it hits be reeling it. Cause
how in the world does a spoon catch him? Ain't no sharp edges on the spoon.
Well, you can sharpen it. Ain't you ever seen Shawshank Redemption or nothing?
Why would you sharpen your spoon? You eat spaghetti with a or SpaghettiOs.
I want to see you eat spaghetti with a spoon.
That's the only way I eat it. SpaghettiOs.
I've seen people, on TV and stuff catching reds in a kayak out there, fishing for them and catching them.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, Jerry, he likes to catch fish. They won a tournament, actually. They went and entered a tournament. It's a funny story. If you can imagine, there were 100 boats in the thing, counting him and his buddy and their 2 kayaks.
Kayaks.
And you had to catch a redfish and a speckled trout or something. But there were 2 species. But anyway, they're back in their $1 million rigs in there. They're contenders and this, that, and the other. They go out, vroom, vroom, they take off from the dock, they out there fishing. And there goes Jerry paddling his little kayak out there. And they go out there, him and his buddy win first and second place. And they were mad. And they from then on, they made a rule that you had to have a motorized boat to enter that tournament. They banned them from it. They were so mad. He said they were at the weigh-in and they got their prizes and left, and everybody was raising Cain at them, man, throwing tomatoes at them and stuff.
Maters.
Maters.
You can't throw a mater. You got to eat that baby.
But have redfish tournament. Redfish is really popular fish to catch.
Yes.
And they have redfish tournaments.
They got a very select thing. You can't keep them. I remember when we
got
went.
A tight slot.
I caught a big one, and that guy said I couldn't keep him, and it was about to get a what are y'all laughing at?
Nothing.
Y'all got to really get tuned in here. I mean, really.
We're having a moment there.
Yeah, that's just not even right. I know where y'all are going, and I'm gonna talk to y'all during the break about it.
I want to go to Louisiana and fish those reeds and catch some of them big old reds.
I wonder if they have the same limits out there as they do here. They probably don't.
Not in Louisiana. They ain't got no limits in Louisiana.
Seem like more plentiful.
We talked about that yesterday.
What were we talking about? What were we?
I don't remember what it was. Something about Louisiana. You could do anything you wanted to out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all were talking about Louisiana at the quail hunt, but I don't know what it was. I wasn't paying attention.
Redfish, but let me tell you, man, that is a huge fish for saltwater. A lot of people love it. They have giant redfish tournaments. I mean, just it's crazy. People get into red fishing like they do get into bass fishing, turkey hunting, deer hunting, and that's all they do. And it's got to be a great fish to catch. Must be real fun. I'd have to try that one day. What is a redfish? I may have to click on that and see what that is. We got to take another break this morning, though. Give us a call, 229-253-0995. Tell us about it, or talk about anything you want to. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. Thanks for listening, guys.
Sweet Tea Smokehouse, Adel, baby. Stop by for lunch Monday through Friday, and Teresa will sit you down to the absolute finest barbecue sandwich you can find. Located a quarter-mile north of Cook County Ford in Adel, Georgia, Sweet Tea Smokehouse has the finest pork ribs and chicken in South Georgia. Teresa just introduced her new chicken wings to the public, and I'm telling you, they are a life-changing event. Sweet Tea Smokehouse is also open every Thursday and Friday evening from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Stop by Sweet Tea Smokehouse at 701 South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel, or call your order ahead at 229-896-1665.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
We're running out of time. We're drawing the line. This is our battle cry.
Huntin' is Good TV is an action-packed hunting show with a mission to secure our hunting heritage. Join Steve Nichols, Trey Weatherington, and Neil Armati each week as they hunt across the U.S. and Canada with pro athletes, actors, wounded warriors, kids, and regular old Joes who know hunting is good. Huntin' is Good TV airs on Pursuit Channel and is available on Dish Network Channel 240 and DirecTV Channel 604. For more info, visit huntingisgoodtv.com and follow on Facebook at facebook.com/HIGTV show. You can also use your high-speed internet connection to watch online by logging on to filmon.com at the airtimes posted on our website. And remember, hunting is good.
This is our battle cry.
Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Hey, welcome back. We got a call coming in. We're going to see if we can catch it right quick. Good morning, caller. You on The Good Outdoors?
Hey, how you doing this morning?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing pretty good. I was listening to your program, and I heard y'all talking about the best eating fish there is as far as saltwater or brackish water. And I'm going to tell you my favorite is mullet. The fresh mullet and mullet roe.
Yeah, mullet. You can't hardly beat mullet. I agree. Mullet's a good fish to eat.
As long as it's fresh. If it ain't fresh, it ain't worth having. But if it's a fresh mullet, you can't beat it.
How do you prepare the mullet roe? How do you cook it?
The same way you do the fish. You just throw it in some cornmeal and throw it in some hot grease. And when it has that golden color to it, it's ready to go. But you got to make sure whenever you're dealing with that mullet roe that you have it in tack, because if any of it's kind of busted loose, it'll pop on you while it's in the grease.
Huh? Good tip there. Yeah, I haven't. I've never eaten mullet roe. I've eaten mullet, but I've heard a lot of people say the mullet roe's real good, and
I'd rather have the roe than the fish.
I was just about to say that's what they tell me, that the roe's better than the fish. So I'm gonna have to try that.
It's good. It's a southern delicacy.
Yeah, no doubt. That's funny you call in and you suggest that. A lot of people don't even know, that you can catch mullet out there. We used to go down to the Altamaha River and catch them as they'd come up the river to spawn, and we'd catch them on brimbuster poles, and there's no limit on them. You can fill the cooler up with them.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Enough to keep you full for about a year.
Yeah, mullet fishing is a big thing. A lot of people do it. They do it on St. Johns River. They do it all over the place, man. Mullet's just a big thing to fish for. It's fun. They say it's real fun to catch them when they're schooling or running, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're snagging them. If you're snagging them, you can catch them all day long.
Awesome. Where do you go around here doing it, any?
Actually, I hadn't been in a minute. I do a lot of freshwater fishing. And, my favorite freshwater fish is a pickerel, or what they call a pike.
Yeah. Chain pickerel.
Yeah, and that's my favorite. I'll take a doggone pickerel over a speckled perch over a bass any day of the week.
Mm-hmm. We call them jackfish, or we did a lot of fishing for them.
As long as you know how to clean that thing, and you gash it right, and you cut it right in half, cut that fillet in half, you have no bones at all, and it's some of the sweetest, whitest meat you can eat.
Nice.
10-4, man. You're making me hungry thinking talking about all this food. Do you soak your fish in buttermilk before you fry it?
Good fish you don't have to soak in buttermilk.
There you go.
I hear you, man.
The only time you soak any fish in buttermilk is if it's a mudfish, I guess, because I've never had to soak any of my fish in buttermilk.
Well, I ain't gonna be soaking my mudfish in buttermilk. You can believe that. I ain't eating no mudfish.
Me neither. Them things are some ugly fish. I was gonna say something else too about that Sasquatch y'all always talking about.
Yeah.
For years they thought that a monster squid was a fairy tale too.
That's exactly right. Good point, caller.
Oh,
And
Lord.
then they just had a special on Discovery show about finally getting the monster squid on camera.
Exactly.
But no, now wait a minute. They've had monster squid over the years washed up on shore. They just never had one on camera, so he was not a myth. They knew he actually did exist.
That is incorrect.
But back in the 1800s, they used to tell tales about about the squids coming up and taking the boats and everything. And everybody
that was octopus.
Caller, you see what I'm working with up here. They're totally in denial. They cannot broaden the horizons, at least open their minds to the possibility that it could exist. And that's just what I find on a daily basis.
How did you say it earlier? Just idiots.
I just got them stirred up now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Y'all have a good morning.
Appreciate you calling in.
Oh, my Lord. Y'all and y'all's big feet. Really? Take this call, too, for somebody else. Please don't talk about big feet. Good morning. Welcome to the Good Outdoors.
I ain't gonna talk about Bigfoot.
Oh, Lord.
What's up?
I must know a bunch of Bigfoots. Matter of fact, they'd be cheaper to wear box than the leather.
I hear you, brother. What's going on with you?
How you this morning, Captain Sunshine?
Get one thing straight. We are this side of the Mason-Dixon line. Shane Pickerel is up north. We have jackfish and damn red fin pike down here.
That's exactly right.
Okay, there's a difference.
There's a big difference. That's exactly right.
And the man's right. There's some of the jackfish be gassed. There's some of the sweetest, prettiest, white-tasting meat. And a mess of red fin pike is some of the finest eating. You don't want none hung on your eyebrow because your tongue will beat your brains out. Get to it.
That's when you buy you a one-sauce deflector shield and use it for that.
That's it. You gotta
have it.
Steve.
You gotta have it. You won't knock your eyes
Man,
out.
this chain pickerel stuff gets away. I be thinking, it ain't no that dumb 17 below zero out there. It ain't snowing.
No, it ain't snowing.
You're in the South.
Come on now.
He'd call that thing a pickerel if he wants to.
Well, yeah, you're right, Ronnie. It can be a pickerel if he wants to.
Yeah.
I thought a pickerel was something that stork had in that jar.
Yeah,
it
is.
That's right. Then he wraps up in a napkin and drops it off at people's houses.
Yeah.
I like them pickereled eggs, too, don't you?
You dang right.
You ain't lying. Now you're talking.
We're going to call them jackfish eggs down here from now on. Pike eggs.
I want one of them Bill pickles.
I break out that jar. I devil my. I don't devil them. I pickle my own eggs. And when I break that jar out and get me a cold Clamato, my girlfriend don't leave the room. She leaves the house.
I guarantee you. Appreciate you calling in this morning, Peg.
All right, buddy. Got to check on y'all every now and then.
All right,
Keep them right. Keep them right.
Have a good day.
All right.
Old Peg, boy. Well, I tell you, when we were out there hunting yesterday, Bill Slaughter, he said again, sometimes when Peg calls in and we get to going with him, he said he just has to pull over to the side of the road because he's scared he's going to wreck from laughing so hard. Yeah, we had a lot of fun out there with Chad Slaughter and Bill Slaughter from Waller Heating and Air, and then Cameron Tucker from Midway Auto Emporium out on Bemis, down there close to Moody Airplane Field, as they used to call it.
Man, that boy had a permagrin on his face.
He sure did, man.
He was loving life.
Good stuff like that. Good stuff.
Yeah, I was proud we was able to take him, man, because that just made my day to watch him have a good time. And I had a good time with old Darrell Semple Jr. It was fun watching him out there.
That's right.
We got another call.
One of the few times it's fun to watch him.
Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors?
How you doing this morning?
We doing good. How are you?
I'm fine. I heard Steve mention Moody Air Force Base. Just want to remind everybody, on the 18th of this month, National Geographic is going to have a special on Moody and all.
That's exactly right.
Combat rescue. We need to watch that. We hear what they do, and now we get to see what they do in action.
Yes, sir. That is an honor to have the National Geographic crew down to give a little press to Moody Air Force Base. They don't get enough notoriety as it is, so we're glad that they come down and going to let everybody take a sneak peek at what they do out there.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you calling in and making us aware of that.
Yesterday I got my mom at the hospital. Me and my brother went out there and our wives and cooked steaks and all for them yesterday. And me and my dad, my brother, and my nephew, and a few more of the family were sitting there talking, and heck, we all getting together and going bass fishing next week. We're going to have about 8 boats out in the pond.
Man, shoot, that sounds like a grand time.
We're just going to have us a little bass tournament. Everybody's throwing up $50 a person, and we're going, the winner takes all.
Shoot, yeah.
Man, heck yeah, we used to do that. That's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, there's going to be 8 boats out there Saturday. We're going to hit every pond in South Georgia till we can win some money.
There you go. Well, make sure you give us a call on Monday and let us know how it turned out.
All right, man.
We pulling for you.
All right, dude.
All right. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's a lot of fun right there, man. We used to do that same thing, throw in a few bucks. Of course, we weren't obviously that guy's loaded, because if they can throw in $50 a piece, we had to throw in what, $5?
Yeah, we struggled with the $5 throwing in.
Shoot, yeah, man. I think I won it one time, and I remember taking that $20 and thinking I'd have hit the lottery.
Man, but you remember taking that $20? If I remember right, and I'm sure I do, I won that tournament more than I lost it.
Oh, I don't know, man. That's so
many. I do. We can call
Uncle
Pat.
Well, you're just an overachiever, aren't you?
No, we can call I've got the guy that fished for me. I can call him and ask him.
Yeah, I always wanted.
I got witnesses.
Big
you
fish.
usually tell somebody trying to
big
tell a big
fish
story.
either.
I got witnesses.
I have wanted to be, but we didn't have. But you act like we had one tournament. We had about
like
10.
We had 4 or 5 down.
Anyway, we used to do it down at Occidental. We used to do it down there at Jim.
No one even remembers what he won.
Good morning, caller. You're on there.
Yeah, this is Chris from
Bob's Place.
Talking about fresh mullet. But back when I was probably about 15, 16, went down to Ikefini with Grady Connell mullet fishing with the net.
Oh yeah.
And this was like 2 o'clock in the morning. This man had a bag, double brown paper sack, already had the meal and all seasoned in there. He took mullet right out of the water and cleaned them things and cooked them on the boat.
I bet they wasn't no better, were they?
They were still flopping when he was cleaning them. That's how that couldn't get no fresher than that.
No, it don't get any fresher than that.
Right out of the water. I mean, it was awesome.
That's what they would do over at Omaha. We'd catch them spawning up that river. That we'd get out on that big sandbar, yank them right out of the water and clean them and throw them right in the pot. Man, that's some good eating.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
But you got to watch out though. If your gas tank's got a leak in it, don't take the fish out of the net and throw them in the bottom of the boat and haul them home.
Oh, yeah, that'll ruin a meal. That'll ruin a good meal.
It would. Them things just taste right.
Buttermilk won't even take gas off a fish. Appreciate you sharing that with us, man. Making us hungry this morning.
And I'm still waiting on the call on my T-shirt.
As soon as I get in, but I should have them probably Tuesday or Wednesday.
All right.
All right,
appreciate
it. To you then. Oh, we got to take another break this morning already. Yeah, we got some calls coming in.
Flying by this morning.
Y'all give us a call after the break. 229-253-0995.
That's right.
Tell us what your favorite fish to eat from the ocean is. That's what we're talking about this morning. We'll be back in about 3 minutes on the Good Outdoors.
It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
White Brothers Auto Supply is South Georgia's auto parts headquarters, located at 1106 West Hill Avenue in Valdosta, Georgia. White Brothers can cover the smallest auto part need, right up to a replacement engine or transmission. Serving Valdosta with an enormous auto parts inventory, you can rest assured that White Brothers has what you need, no matter if you're a do-it-yourselfer or an automotive professional. White Brothers has the right part at the right price. Stop by 1106 West Hill Avenue in Valdosta or call 229-244-8773 for all your auto part needs.
It's the annual father-daughter dance. Time for you to take a chance and treat her to a night that she won't forget. First you'll need to get a bite and watch her smile light up so bright, and choose a place that won't put you into debt.
Go to Austin's Cattle Company, 'cause it's the perfect place to eat, and you won't have to wait for a seat all night. Just put your foot down on the brake and come enjoy your juicy steak, and she'll be saying, Daddy treats me so right.
Everyone knows that Eagle Auto Repair in Lake Park, Georgia is the best place to get your vehicle back in shape and keep it there. But did you know they are also a certified U-Haul provider? That's right. If you are moving somewhere or pulling a car or truck and need help, Eagle Auto Repair can hook you up. No matter if it's local or long distance, we've got you covered. Might as well leave your car for service while you move. That's multitasking. Eagle Auto Repair, 321 Lakes Boulevard in beautiful Lake Park, Georgia. Stop by or give Ronnie a call at 229-559-1999.
You did it. You bagged that trophy of a lifetime. So who you going to trust to recreate that memory? Jody Hewitt at Artistic Wildlife is the man to call. With years of experience and an attention to detail that is unmatched, Artistic Wildlife is the taxidermist for deer, turkey, ducks, fish, and even a dadgum godforsaken rattlesnake, if you're one of those crazy folks. Details on Jody's brand new Artistic Wildlife studio in Adel, Georgia will be coming soon. Give Jody a call at 229-560-3062 or visit his website at artistic-wildlife.com.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors here. Got about 30 more minutes of this show. If you want to call in and talk about something, you better give us a call, 229-253-0995.
What are you doing, counting down, anticipating the grand finale?
No, I don't want to get off here. I want to stay in here all day long. I'd rather stay here and go to my real job. We got a call coming in. Good morning, caller. You're on The Good Outdoors.
Morning, fellas. Y'all staying dry down there?
Yeah,
So far, where are you at? Is it raining where you are?
Yeah, I'm headed out of Durham now, headed toward Fitzgerald, and it's been raining ever since I got up about 45 minutes ago, and it ain't slacked up yet.
Yeah, it's a slow-moving band. It'll be on us tomorrow, and we'll get it tomorrow, but I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of it today, but you never know. It could dip down, but I know it's getting with it up that way.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty good. The thunder actually acted as my alarm clock this morning.
Yeah, wake you right up, won't it?
I thought my house had done blew up one time.
Yeah, that ain't no fun, boy. I tell you, my wife, she gets so scared of it, she'll be in the closet when I get home.
I'm surprised mine ain't. They sleeping right through it.
Huh? Yeah, they must be tired from the weekend. Y'all must have had a big weekend.
Yeah, we kind of did. We got tax money in, so we ain't slowed down yet.
There you go. There you go. Well, I hope you can stretch it out a few more weekends.
I hope I can too. Y'all talking about favorite fish out of the ocean?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know there wasn't a favorite fish that come out of the ocean.
All of them good, huh?
They all good, man. I love taking those sharks and skinning them out and cubing them up. My uncle always cut them into like little squares and fried them. Good snappers, Key West grunts, man, you name it. When we go down there, because my uncle lives in between Brunswick and Savannah, a little place called Shellman's Bluff.
Oh, yeah.
I know exactly
we go down there, and that's all we eat the whole time we're down there. If we don't catch nothing, we don't have supper that night.
Man, yeah. I tell you, that's life on the coast is a different lifestyle than anywhere you can be. It's we were talking about that yesterday. It's just a laid back, easy going, fun thing, and if they had good deer hunting next to the beach, I'd probably live there. But since they don't, I ain't going there.
Yeah, I know my daddy and my uncle, they hunted Sapelo Island for years. And, they'd always kill 2 or 3 apiece on the hunts, but they just never was no size to them.
That's right. I tell you, there's a high success rate over there. You're going to kill one when you go to Sapelo, but you can probably put 6 or 7 of them in one 48-quart cooler.
Yeah, Daddy's got one mounted. He killed, God, it's probably been 15, 20 years ago. He killed a little old 6-point over there, and the DNR aged it and judged it, and I told him, man, if you'd have killed this deer where you from, he said this deer probably would have been 200 pounds and been a 10 or 12 point.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Daddy decided to have it mounted, and then I shot an 8-point a couple of years ago that weighed 240 pounds, and it makes his look like a yearling.
Dwarfs it. Yep. That's just the difference in the minerals in the dirt over there on that sand. They just don't get anything. They probably eat poundage wise. They eat just as much as any other deer anywhere else, but they're not getting anything out of it. That's the difference, and genetics as well.
That's what I used to tell Daddy. You can't get fat eating oyster shells.
No, you sure can't. You sure can't. We appreciate you calling in this morning.
All right, y'all stay cool down there.
We're gonna do it.
All right, bye.
Yeah, I've been watching that line there. I don't know if we're going to get any of them today or not, but that's what's down in South Texas right now might get us tomorrow. So
it might.
We need some rain. Well, I think it's about time for the Rushing Up weather report.
I don't even want to give it because I think it's inaccurate.
Well, give it anyway.
Hey, Lord.
It might be inaccurate, but we're used to that.
It's all a guess. You don't know what God's got in store when it comes to rain. It's all a guess.
Any weather we watch is never usually right. So go ahead and give yours.
Okay. Here we go.
You give one and I'll give one. We'll just...
Well, that's usually the way it works out anyway. God knows you got an opinion on everything.
Currently, always right. Well,
I'm trying to give the weather now. Zip it.
It ain't going to be right. Give it.
Give it. Currently 63 degrees. High today of 82. Mostly cloudy. 20% chance of rain.
Wrong!
Wind south-southwest at 13 miles per hour. A low tonight of 57. Tomorrow, high of 63. 30% chance of rain. Winds northeast at 7 miles per hour. 30% chance of rain. I don't believe that.
I don't
Low tomorrow night of 59. Wednesday, scattered thunderstorms. High of 71. Chance of rain 50%. Wind south-southwest at 12 miles an hour. And I don't think any of that's going to be right. I really don't.
You don't even believe it at all.
Let me. Well, I just go off of what I got to work with here.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's much.
I think I agree with that. I think we should change this weather report up. I think you should do this. You should give the weather report and then give your prediction on whether you think that's accurate, and if it's not,
that's what I'm going to do.
Well, hold on. If you think it's not, then you tell us what's going to happen in your opinion, and let's see, because you just may have something that you don't know you have as far as talent.
I may have a gift, right?
You may have a gift, so let's do it. So you're looking at the weather report. Tell us what you think is going to happen. We're not going to hold it to you.
Okay, what I think is going to happen, about 4 o'clock in the morning, we're going to get hit with a toad strangler. And I think it's going to hang
4 o'clock in the morning?
4 o'clock in the morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock, ladder knot stump floater.
Yep, that's it. I think it's going to be a toad strangler, a duck grounder, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to rain until about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Is somebody writing this down?
No. I need to because I'm going to put a bet on it.
All right, now let me go on and cover this. If you're going fishing today, your peak time is going to be about 8 to 9:30.
This morning?
This morning.
Good deal. Okay, 8:30 to 9:30 this morning. Did they tell us what they biting or anything like that, or is it just
they're going to bite a hook?
If you got one in the water.
Yeah, and you better take a big anchor with you because the wind's going to be blowing. But I say 13 miles an hour.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah,
that's rough on a little pond around here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so gust of 13. You're right.
Who's Gus?
Gus. I think the one you gave was pretty much correct. I mean, we have a slight chance this afternoon, and a slight chance tomorrow, and then about a half a chance Wednesday. I think the one you gave is correct.
Okay. The one he gave or the one they gave that he repeated? Now,
the one that he repeated.
Oh. I don't know. Now
I think it's right.
I think the problem is we're on the cusp of that frontal boundary there.
And they don't know what it's going to do. It might drop down on us. But, 20%, that means 20% of our area.
I predict it's raining in Doran, Georgia. That's what I predict.
That would probably be a pretty good prediction.
Well, since the guy just called and said it was raining like crazy up there.
I can't believe the guy knew where Shelman's Bluff was. I thought I was one of the only people in the United States knew where that was.
I played a lot of golf at Shelman's Bluff.
I built 2 houses out there on that golf course.
That's a good place.
10 years ago.
Our friend Charlie Kay from SouthernPigskin.com lives at Shelman's Bluff.
Does he?
Yes, sir, he does. Sure does. Man, I've spent many a time over there with him fishing and playing golf and goofing off and watching football on Sunday. Good place. I like Shelman's. A little golf clubhouse up there is pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Got good food, too. Good food.
Yeah. Back to this weather report. What it's saying is 20%. That's 20% of today. So it can only rain
That's not
a little
20%
bit today.
of today. That's 20% of the coverage area.
Here we go.
Okay, 20%. So,
the thing I can tell you is it might rain and it might not.
We got somebody that knows about.
Well, maybe this is Ron Nucatola calling in.
Who?
Good morning. You on the Good Outdoors?
What's wrestling got to do with this?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My opinion, I think it's going to rain all day in Nashville.
All day today?
Yes, sir.
Probably right.
Okay, well, we need to.
Is it raining in Nashville right now?
Is it raining at your house?
It's like thundering over here by the house when I
Really?
woke up. That was my alarm clock.
Now, you in Nashville, Georgia, or Nashville, Tennessee?
Nashville, Georgia.
Okay, all right. Well, what are you doing this morning up this early?
Getting ready for school.
Getting ready for school. Well, I tell you what, you are one smart person to start your day off listening to the Good Outdoors radio show.
Amen.
You probably are a straight A student, if I had to guess.
I've been listening since about school started this year.
Good deal. Good
Awesome.
deal. Well, what's your name?
Allie.
Allie? All right, Allie, we're going to have to write that name down. So your prediction is it's going to rain most of the day in Nashville, Georgia today.
She said all day.
Yes,
all
sir.
day. Man, not most of the day, all day. That's
All
like
day.
100%.
That's it.
So when it breaks day, if it's raining, then you are well on the way to an accurate prediction. Good deal. Well, Allie, we appreciate you calling in and listening to us. You, what school do you go to? Barron County?
Berrien Middle.
Barron Middle. Good deal. Good deal. Will you get in there and tell all your friends to listen to the Good Outdoors over in Nashville on 99.5 Kicks Country?
Will do.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, I'm hoping that Allie is correct in her prediction. And if she is, we're going to have to, I'm going to have to call somebody over there in Nashville when it cracks day and say, is it raining over there? And if it is, we're going to have to award her chief prognosticator of the
We call
weather.
Bulldog. He can tell us.
Bulldog will lie.
No, he won't.
Yeah, he will.
No.
Just like y'all lying about them fish. Ain't nobody put one single fish picture up there. And I wasn't going to say nothing about it until you just started
Actually, we
bragging.
did. We got pictures.
Hit it.
They ain't on Facebook.
Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors?
Rusty, now, why don't you put a spark in little Stevie's mouth and you can do the weather report?
I know it. Ain't that the truth?
That's all you need to do to predict the weather, put a spark in his mouth.
Well, the only problem with that, Bulldog, is I'd have to find.
Y'all ain't caught no fish. Y'all ain't caught no fish. Y'all couldn't catch a cold. Why they call you Bulldog? They'll call you Puppy Dog.
What I need to do.
You so scared
They just
your phone's
talking over
breaking
me.
up.
It ain't my mic. It's just rudeness. What I'm gonna have to do, Bulldog, I'm gonna have to find a Bigfoot and take a sock off of him to stuff his big old mouth full.
Yeah.
How you gonna find a Bigfoot when you don't believe in one? That don't even make sense. That's an oxymoron, and I know you don't know what that is.
And basically my point.
You can't talk.
No, and basically my point is you won't never get him to shut up.
You need that high-speed duct tape.
High-speed duct tape.
That's it.
200-mile-an-hour tape.
Easy.
I believe y'all caught fish when I see them on Facebook.
That 200-mile-an-hour tape is going to be about 600 mile an hour off from being able to withstand them lips.
You're
breaking up a
You
little bit.
stuttering. You stuttering. That's what you're doing.
I told him that you slammed me on the big fish, buddy.
Yeah. He just go.
Big
He needs to go.
big 3.5 pounder. That's huge.
I tell you what, we had a great time, and that was we caught a bunch of fish for the weather club for the weather condition, didn't we?
I believe we took 4 fish to little Stevie call.
Yeah, we did.
Only because little Stevie didn't go.
Okay.
How many crowds you shoot yesterday? Huh?
It's on your butt.
How many crowds you shoot yesterday? Huh?
I didn't shoot no quail.
That's right, you didn't shoot any. You didn't shoot any quail, just like I didn't catch any fish, because I didn't go and you didn't go. Where you from? Nashville, got to be. The only good thing in Nashville, Georgia is Allie.
Okay, now you dapping up my family over there in Nashville. Why you want to go there?
You better watch it. You better watch it.
Why you want to go there?
Go where?
Talking about my family over there in Nashville.
I didn't talk nothing about your family unless Allie's your family. Is Allie your family?
I don't know. Could be.
Well, I ain't gonna go there. That's between you and your wife, brother.
I'll tell you all tomorrow. I'm finna to work.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Work. We got to hit a break.
Come on. You ain't going to work.
We got to hit a break. Thanks for listening to the Good Outdoors. Y'all stay tuned.
There's a natural order to football tailgating. You can't invite your friends until you ignite the football rivalries. That's why football tailgating starts with an ice-cold Bud Light lime. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. So go ahead and party it up right after you raise it up. Only the seasons change. Tastes don't. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime Flavored Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change. Tastes don't. And when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime Flavored Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment, and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. This wrap-up segment is brought to you by Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail, which we had the great time or the great opportunity to go out there and enjoy everything they had to offer yesterday. But Sporting Clays, there was popping caps off out there all afternoon. Absolutely phenomenal quail hunting with some great bird dogs. Our guide Will put us on the birds. Chad Slaughter, Bill Slaughter from Waller Heat and Air, Cameron Tucker from the Auto Emporium, Midway Auto Emporium out on Bemis. Had a great time. Appreciate y'all coming out. Appreciate y'all supporting us. So we look forward to doing that again. We got a call coming in we'll take real quick. Good morning, caller. You on the air? How you doing?
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Hey, y'all.
We hanging in there, man, like a rusty hook waiting on a nibble, to borrow a phrase from Peg Leg.
So you got your new phone and you lost her number, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you got it back now, man. Appreciate you calling in. What'd you do this weekend? Work all weekend?
You got it.
Work. Oh, man. Well,
He's starting to make me feel self-conscious when he calls in and talking about how much he works, and I think about how much I don't work.
We hit a lick of the snake, dude.
No, we hit a lick of the snake, brother. We do that. We shot quail all weekend and fish all weekend. Yeah.
Went down to the hunt camp Friday night and had a good time. Man, I'm sorry you had to work so much.
Yeah, we thought about you.
How about y'all come through and I can show y'all what I do?
What's that?
I said, how about y'all come through and I'll show you what I do.
Nice.
Well, they ain't going to threaten us.
Real nice.
Go get your little radar gun out there and show us how you're going to work.
Come on.
I ain't going that way. I guarantee you, especially not now.
Nope. I give you the blue light special.
Captain Kmart.
There you go. We appreciate what you do. No, all jokes aside, man, you keep our highways safer. I read on Facebook about a horrific accident up there at West Point Lake around LaGrange. Man, it was just terrible. So I appreciate what you do, keeping everybody slow and in check.
Anytime now.
All right. Appreciate you calling, buddy. All right. Yep, we went out to Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail yesterday, and man, we melted.
They need to change the name of it.
To what?
Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail and Quail and Quail and Quail.
Yeah, that or a permanent smile facility, either one.
Permagrins.
It's great habitat, great quail, great facility out there, man. John knows how to take care of it. I mean, there was absolutely everything we did from the time we got there to the time we left to him bagging up our quail and getting them to the vehicle to go home, and I mean it was flawless. Absolutely flawless. Taking the picture, I mean everything, dude, is just you can tell that ain't their first rodeo, and it's a pleasure to go out there. And if you hadn't been out there, he can hook you right up. He's got golf carts out there for you to head out there on the Sporting Clays range, and that 5 stand. I watched y'all warm up. Of course, I didn't need any warm up, but we watched y'all warm up and shoot there, and y'all pulled off some good shots, and that's pretty interesting thing there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's always fun out, man. It's just a great time anytime you go out there.
It is, no doubt.
We're going for the Children's Advocacy Center shoot March 2nd of this year, so y'all get your companies to put a team in for that, or yourself if you want to. It's a great charity, great organization to donate to. So keep in mind that's coming up March 2nd, and I'll be out there, and I may shoot this year. So if I do, y'all can come challenge me to a round of Sporting Clays.
Well, I'm
mano a mano.
That's right.
Just to let everybody know, I'm not going to be shooting, so you can come on out, and you got a great chance to win. And if I was to announce I was going to shoot, that could cause a detrimental slide in the number of participants.
Not likely.
You know how they bind the Chinese women's feet to keep from growing? You think we could do that to his head?
They also put those rings around those guys' necks in Africa to make them stretch out. Now, that would be cool. I mean, think about it. You standing in line at Disney World with a stretched neck, you can say, how far we got to go? You can look up there and see. You got to deal with what God gave you. You got to make the best of it. You got a long neck, work it, baby. Work it.
Grief.
I'd rather stretch my neck than bind my feet, though. I can't imagine that. Ain't nothing worse than some tight shoes.
I'm gonna tell you what, I wouldn't mind somebody stretching your neck either.
That's ugly. That's ugly. You don't want to kill me. You just want to stretch it, right?
Stretch it almost to the pop.
I told John yesterday. Y'all didn't hear this, but when we were headed out, John said, "Y'all have a good time." I said, "Well, I'm gonna have a good time." I said, right now this thing's a third. But I said, if I could get Ronnie there in the right position, it might be a half. We have a lot of fun, don't we? We have a lot of fun.
Oh, well, make no money. We have a good time.
Oh, man. I tell you, I don't know if Bill's probably even going to be able to walk today. We had him in stitches on that car. He about fell off a few times. We were talking about mountain turkeys, and we went through we run a gauntlet on it.
Yeah, we did.
And then we had fun picking on Daryl Sample. It was Pick on Daryl Sample Day yesterday.
Yeah, every time there's that one guy in the group that gets it, and yesterday it was Daryl Sample Jr., but he took it now.
What was your dog friend's name, Daryl?
Yeah, what was your dog?
Jasper. I don't know. It was Jasper.
You got that close with that dog and don't know his
name?
You
don't even know his name?
It was Jasper. That was the dog's name.
No names.
There was one time we headed back towards the hunt was over. We was going back towards the clubhouse, and the dog was sitting in the very corner of the Jeep. Daryl Sample was in the back seat, by the way.
It was absolutely the farthest point away from Daryl he could get without getting out of the vehicle.
It's bad. Wouldn't even look at him.
It's bad when the dog thinks you stink. That's bad.
You know how a dog when he rolls his eyes and won't look at you, trying to ignore you.
Won't look you in the eye.
Yeah.
And I think it might have been Chad or you or somebody said that's the best looking date Daryl Sample Jr.'s had in a long time.
Man. Oh. I tell you what, I'm gonna brag on Bill Slaughter and Chad Slaughter and Cameron. That's some fine class individuals there. Now, when you deal in business, you can't pick a better group of guys to work with. And I tell you, Bill, being our county chairman, I think we elected a great guy there.
Yes,
and we're proud to know him. And if you
we had conversations with him yesterday.
No, we did.
And what he thinks of his goals and. Yeah, he's
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
He cares about the people. He does, and that's what it's all about.
He said something specific to me yesterday that really struck a nerve. He said, a lot of people, they have an issue. They something gets under their skin, so they say, I'm gonna run for office, and they go in there and they try to change.
They have
things.
a motive or an agenda or something other than the people.
Yeah,
and
but
he
Bill
does not.
Bill didn't. He just said he just had a strong calling to serve, and he's there. He's open minded, and he can. He's a good voice and a good county chairman. I think Lowndes County's in good hands, and we appreciate it, Bill.
If you can't talk to Bill, you can't talk to anybody.
That's exactly right. But he's motivated me. I'm gonna go ahead and announce my candidacy for chairman when Bill gives it up. So we're gonna start a grassroots campaign. I just hope they don't
give you a little hint right now to save you money.
Well, I don't. I ain't gonna use my money. I just hope they don't dig too far in my closet. There's a lot of skeletons in there. But I ain't going to deny them. I'm going to own them. Yeah, I messed up.
Got more
Next
skeletons
question.
in Sunset Park, doesn't he?
Sunset Park? That's a cemetery.
That's what I said. You got more skeletons in Sunset Park.
On a serious
easily.
On a serious note, there's this massive manhunt down in out in Los Angeles for this Christopher Dorner. He's an ex-Marine, I think, but he's a cop killer in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Put a hat on him. I saw this guy last night. I swear it did on TV on the Grammys.
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J. He looks just like him.
Wow.
He does. But, I guarantee he's not in Los Angeles anymore, y'all. He's out.
That's also a pretty good name when you have 2 letters for your name. That's probably better than having an S on the end of your name.
It probably is.
LL.
Be on the lookout for this guy, though. He did some very bad things. And we don't want to get into none of that today. We're about 40 seconds away from getting off the air, guys. You'll have to call back in tomorrow. We don't have no time to take your call this morning. Sorry. And there you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Give us a call tomorrow.
Yeah, tune in to see what the weather's going to be. We're interested to see if the Weather Channel or Ronnie's is going to be right. I'm thinking Ronnie's going to be right. I got my money on you, Ronnie.
Dang, boy. Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
I do. Well, we're getting ready to take a back road or a side road or a front road or a major highway back home, and or actually me back home, Ronnie back home maybe briefly, and then Daryl's going to work at CJB. Get a swerve on. So appreciate y'all listening. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 4:30 a.m. Y'all keep it between the ditches.
See y'all.
Toodles.
You've been listening to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie. Join us every weekday.